love it. The 154-pound division is the most interesting, dangerous landmine division in the sport of boxing, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all familiar with the channel, Punch Wrong Boxing, aka Mr. Moo Shine himself, I've been telling y'all about this division. It's when I started my channel, especially when I was talking about Earl Spence potentially moving up years ago, when Miguel Cotto was trying to give him a shot, when Golden Boy was trying to give him a contract to fight Miguel Cotto pay-per-view, and he avoided that fight, and Saddam Ali took that fight and beat Miguel Cotto. I was telling that division is stacked up. That division is stacked up. Jamel Charlo, the Herd, the J-Rock, the Demetrius Andre was still dabbling whether he wanted to be in 154 or 160. Lara, that division was stacked up, and it's still stacked up today. This fight, Josh Kelly, Bakhram, that's a war right there. That's a war, ladies and gentlemen. That's a war right there. Vergil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin. That's a war right there. Fundura versus Keith Thurman. That's a war right there. Xander Zayas just became a champion. Probably going to be fighting, a stay busy fight out there in Puerto Rico. I don't think that his team really want to take that fight with Vergil Ortiz, and maybe rightfully so. Trying to milk the cow for a while, establish that golden goose and establish that Puerto Rican fan base, and then going into a big fight in Madison Square Garden with one of the champions or up and coming fighter, maybe a Vergil Ortiz later down the line, or Fundura, or the winner Fundura and Keith Thurman. Good fight. We don't know. We heard Jamel Charlo's coming back to his division. That's why I wanted Terrence Bud Crawford still in the 154-pound division, man. Turkey, Al-Sheikh, man, did this man a favor, because it was getting Bud Crawford look ordinary with the Masvidal fight. Y'all know that. I'm very happy for Boots, and it's gonna be performing as well in October, ladies and gentlemen. I could just to be honest, if y'all subscribe to the channel, I'm gonna really just dial into the 154, because there's a lot of content there. There's a lot of great fights, and man, Boots Ennis is gonna be facing Lima, and probably he gets a world title shot right after, or get a belt. I'm telling you. And again, I said a long time ago, I would love to see two showmanship. I would like to see Josh Kelly and Boots Ennis. I wish that fight would have been next rather than the Lima. I wish they would have paid Josh Kelly a good amount of money. What else? This is gonna be a good division. This is not good. This is a great division. This is my favorite division. It was always one of my best divisions. And a lot of people didn't want to talk about it. Remember Patrick Teixeira when he was doing this thing. Brian Castano was doing this thing as well. I think that Brian Castano actually beat Lara in that fight. People thought that Brian Castano beat Jamel Charlo in the first fight, but then Jamel Charlo came right back and put away all those doubts with a knockout victory to be crowned undisputed. You think it was easy to be undisputed at 154-pound division? Now that you see how people been struggling, even Terrence Bud Crawford looked like an ordinary fighter. We got Boachuk as well. But as we all know, the news is, Josh Kelly, Bakhram purse bid. I think that's a fight that Josh Kelly did want. If it's not going to be good money, he's going to get. He wants a championship fight. He was eyeing the likes of Bakhram. Now that Erickson Lubin is not going to be fighting Bakhram more, or that purse bid is not there, he declined that, and now he's going to be fighting Vergil Ortiz. So that's he went for the money. You know what I'm saying? And Josh Kelly got the opportunity. Because he was the second. I believe he was the third rank or the second rank. I think the second rank was vacate. But man, this is coming to play. This is coming to through fruition. The matchups that I've been wanting to see for a long time, that I think that I said a long time was gonna be a future mega fight. If Boots Ennis get a title shot, I'm gonna tell you like this: the flashiness of Boots and the flashiness of Josh Kelly. I love that matchup. Of course, we want to see Boots and Vergil. That's a fight that we've been talking about for quite a while. Thurman just landed there at 154. I think that Fundora never been in the ring with somebody that knows how to move like Keith Thurman, is intellect like Keith Thurman, and also set traps like Keith Thurman. We see Fundora very vulnerable as well. You know, by Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza is still a good fighter there. We see the vulnerabilities even with Lubin. Even with Lubin, we see Fundora, because Fundora has you know, he sometimes does not like to take advantage of his height and identify the range. He likes to get closer and then, you know, be subjected to be countered, and, you know, he sometimes do things that he shouldn't do based off his height. But he's gotten better. But that's gonna be a good matchup. Josh Kelly and Bakhram, man, two guys that know how to fling those left hooks. I think that Josh Kelly, of course, got to tie in his defense. You know, he's very flashy. He takes risks. His speed, he got a lot of speed, got good twitch muscle, but of course his defense sometimes gets him in trouble and opens up a lot. He throws a lot of combination. I think the Bakhram got a little bit more power, but to be honest, a lot of people is hyping Bakhram, but Bakhram just beat Tim Tszyu, and we saw that Tim Tszyu was really a glorified domestic fighter, you know. But I think it's gonna be a great matchup. But I'm rooting for Josh Kelly. I got Josh Kelly beating Bakhram, and we'll see. I think people still stuck with that David Avanesian fight, and I think that was like what, 7 fights ago, man. I think that Josh Kelly grown out of that. His last fight, he ended it. He won by a knockout by first round. You know, let's see. Can't wait for the fight. Hopefully, all these fights happen in October. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think. This is Punch Wrong Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.